Hey, I wanted to take a really quick minute and kind of go over something that I'm seeing more and more of these days as we have clients that come into the office, people that just honestly don't know how to balance a checkbook, and they see no problem with not ever looking at their account online or looking at a bank statement. And I think everybody should at least look at their bank account and know how to reconcile their bank account and see if what they're spending their money on is that indeed what they spent their money on, not what somebody else did, and you're finding out like 3 months later that your credit card was stolen or something. Honestly, like take a couple minutes every month, just look at your online banking. But I wanted to talk a little bit about February's video for your future is about financial goals. One way that you can reach financial goals is to have a budget. And yeah, that's another word people don't know much about. It's really good to know what income you got coming in and what expenses you got going out. If you don't kind of know where you stand, I really want you to take a couple minutes and do that, maybe an hour. See what all bills you have coming in every month and what income you bring home. See if you are upside down and you're not making any money. And if that's the case, you might want to see how you can boost that income a little bit, or you can get rid of some of your expenses. For the most part, our bills are relatively the same. Our power bill might change from month to month, but we know how much our internet's going to be. We know how much our cell phone's going to be. We know how much the garbage is going to be, how much the mortgage is going to be. But kind of have a breakdown. It's hard to kind of see where you stand and see if you're going in the right direction. Somebody recommended us about 5 years ago, tried Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace. You can Google Dave Ramsey and just kind of go over what he talks about. He kind of talks about ways to get out of debt, and ways to balance your income. That way you're kind of you're looking at your future, and you're one day want to retire, and you want to retire with a life and be able to have fun and kind of do stuff. So, I mean, I recommend that. You don't have to buy a book. You can Google him and YouTube videos of him. It's free. He says the same thing. If you ever listen to his radio show, it's the same thing. You get the lesson in like a week, and you know his little baby steps, as he calls them, to getting out of debt and to gaining that financial peace, if you will, and working a budget to stay within those guidelines. And remember, people, you have to live on less than you make. If you're not making the income and you're spending like crazy, you're not going anywhere. People don't get that. It's so scary sometimes. I hear people talk and I just don't think they understand. They haven't really sat down and broke down where they are financially Anyway, so if you want to Google Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace, go over his little baby steps. Sometimes he has a budget you can go by. You can, kind of get a budget if you just go over your income and your expenses and where you are for the month. Kind of do an average of your bills and see where you are, and set yourself on a budget. We go on a budget. Every Friday we get cash out. The cash goes for groceries, gas. The kids get an allowance for helping with chores around the house. Me and Dan get extra money, which goes to our personal activities that we do for fun. And that's it. After that money is spent for groceries, it's $120 a week. That's it. Unless it's like Christmas or Thanksgiving and we got extra people coming and we budget for that. We up the money for that. And gas, we kind of do an average of what we spend in gas each week. With that said, if you don't know where you stand, I would suggest looking into it, getting a better perspective of where you are and where you want to be, which is where February will take our videos. And also, if you don't know how much you spend from week to week to week to week, Also challenge you to do that. When we were told about Dave Ramsey, we were spending an average of $600 a month in going to restaurants and fast food. So when we started that, not only did we gain a lot of money and we cooked a lot more meals at home, but we also lost weight. So it could be a win-win for you if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, it's definitely, you think about going to eat a lot and you're paying for the experience. Only 20% of when you go out to eat is actually for the food. So that 80% is just for sitting there and having somebody wait on you. So sometimes, you know, special occasions, okay, but on a weekly 2 or 3 times a week, you know, that it tends to add and creep up on you. And $600 a month, people, is a lot of money, and we didn't have it to spend on going to eat. So it has definitely changed our life and how we spend money. We cut cable out. We changed our phone plans. If you just look at subscriptions alone, we probably save $500 to $700 a month cutting those subscriptions. Sirius Radio, cable, and it added up. Stuff that I don't even miss. I haven't had it in 5 years and I don't miss it. We have a lot more family time, together time. So, with that said, I look forward to February's Do Some Homework. Look at your bank account. I encourage you to look at it. You know, see what you're spending. See if what it says you spend is what you spend. Don't get taken for a fool. Your income, you work very hard for your income. Don't be stupid about it and just let it fall by the wayside as wasted time and wasted money. I'll see you in February. Bye.